All right, I am back to the original truck bed rod holders. As some of you know from one of my previous videos, I sold my truck to basically get out of debt. And now I got my original truck back from the buddy that I sold it to, which is the original truck that I did the truck bed rod holder videos from in the past. And I'm going to take some leftover chicken from a guided trip, and I'm going to put it back here in the backwater and see if I can get a channel catfish or two, or turtle, or maybe even a flathead. Who knows what's back here right now. I am limited on time because there is a major hailstorm heading this way. So I've probably got 30 minutes. I don't have much time to make this video. I got here a little bit late. So I'm going to get the chicken on my hooks, get them out there, and hopefully catch a catfish before it starts raining. Now I'm hoping the hailstorm dissipates, but it might not. You never know. Here in the Tennessee Valley, the weather is crazy. So let's see what happens. Now I did bring chicken on a client trip because I like to bring every possible bait with me. I had skipjacks, I had bluegill, I had white bass, I had chicken. The chicken did catch quite a few catfish. And just to see if I could show you, that's the chicken I'm using. It was on sale. It does stay on the hook really well. A lot better than like chicken liver. And this is Carolina Shorty rig again. I know I talk about them all the time. That's right in the tree. Most of the catfish I catch here are on the left side. It gets really shallow on the right, and the channel curves kind of to the left. But see if I can get a catfish before the storm hits. I had to get that limb out of the way. I want to show you guys this sky. You can see, blue sky over there, and this massive storm is just heading my way. I really hope I can catch a fish before this storm hits. It's inching closer and closer and closer. I actually did see like a turtle out there swimming around. Eventually that turtle might actually find my chicken. You can see even right here is the separation. The storm coming in. This is going to be really fun. It's getting darker out. That storm is over the sun now, and fish just jumped out there. I have noticed like the fish are getting, they're moving more. And, I guess they're not catfish. I'd like the catfish to move a little bit more and eat my bait. I will say this is kind of a fun problem to have. As you have noticed, at least anyone who's subscribed to my channel, I've been putting out videos every single day. And it's been raining all day today. I pretty much got out here as soon as I could. I mean, I was a little bit late. It hasn't rained for a little bit before I got here. But now we got this, massive storm about to hit. And it's supposed to rain the rest of the week. And that means I have to come up with, talking head videos inside my little house instead of going out to fish. Now, I could fish in the rain. I'm fine with fishing in the rain. And who knows, I might actually try. So stay tuned for a possible, fishing in the rain video. I won't, however, fish during a thunderstorm that has a lot of hail, which is, like I said, what's coming my way right now. I also have to decide if I actually want to publish this video because it looks like I'm about to get skunked, and that's because of a storm, because I didn't get here long enough. It could be because of the chicken. There might not be any catfish here. There's 100 different reasons, but they do call it fishing and not catching. I'd rather catch something on the majority of my videos, and when I'm doing videos every single day, yeah, that it will get fun pretty quick when the fish decide not to bite, or when it decides to rain for an entire week. Now, I will stay here as long as I possibly can, hoping that I can actually catch a catfish, because that chicken, it's not going to last much longer. I probably have maybe one more day before it's going to go bad on me, if it's not bad already. I mean, it didn't smell or anything, and it's been on ice, but I'm running out of ice, and it's mixed in there with skipjack remnants. It's probably, it's not going to last long. I was hoping that the catfish would actually be here, because I was in this area for a previous video and caught one catfish in kind of a deeper water in the channel. All of this is less than 5 feet. I mean, it's like, a foot or less over there, and then the main channel's 4 to 5 feet deep or less. I was hoping they'd be here. And that, there's other fish here. Look at that. Something big right at the bank. So there's bait here. There's things chasing the bait. Where's the catfish? Even with the impending storm and the catfish not biting, it's nice to be out here. Nice to be out and about trying to catch a fish. Nope. Getting a bite. Ha! Jumped out of the water. Didn't set off the alarm. Oh, is he still there? There we go. Right as the line of showers is almost on top of me. I've actually taken the microphone off of the camera too. Wish he'd swim the other way. It's the hard side to land him on. There we go. It's going to be all muddy. Can almost not handle this guy. What do you know? Not skunked. Nice channel catfish. Cool. Like I said, I've removed the microphone off the camera because the rain is just like almost on top of me. I'll show you on the phone after I release this guy. But hey, not skunked. Chicken got a catfish. He ate all the bait, so I have to cut another piece to even have a chance to catch another one. And like I said earlier, the left side here seems to get me more fish. Very cool. See if I can take you guys with me. Give you guys a release. It's very, very muddy here. All of that is just like mud that I'd sink into. Oh boy, it's really muddy. I'm going to have to toss this guy. There he goes. It's definitely not the easiest place to fish because the mud is just stacking up here and it's just getting deeper and deeper. Let's see what the radar looks like. Whoo, that is a pretty bad storm. It has broken up a little bit. You can see that's literally just about on top of me. So I'm going to have to take off here soon so I don't get hailed on. But I might put a piece of chicken on that and, you know, go for a little bit longer. The camera's now waterproof. So at least get to the point where the rain is starting. Probably didn't show it good enough earlier. That's how I hook pretty much everything. Chicken, whatever. I want to make sure that hook is exposed. The hook does not scare off the fish. That's an urban legend. You want it exposed so it actually hooks the fish. And this shorter leader on the Carolina Carolina Shorty from Slunger Cat Outdoors, Slunger Cat Outdoors. I know I'm totally mispronouncing that. I need to talk to Chris about that. I told him, you know, we need to make some shorter rigs for the bank fishermen. And he did make these. And they're made in the US. He makes them himself. Hopefully they're on their website. I've got a discount code. I've said it in previous videos. I put it in this video too, since it's a bank fishing video. It's catching fish. And I mean, you have to admit, you know, it's a good rig. You can make this yourself too. I've actually bought parts to make something like this, so I may do that video. That's actually a good idea, other than my garage has a metal roof, so when it's raining you probably won't be able to hear me talking to you on how to make a rig like this yourself. But eventually I'll do a video on it. Let's get this out and spend the last 10 to 15 minutes hoping for another fish. And to just simply address the truck bed rod holders, most trucks have like accessory ports in the back. Usually they're capped. On my F-150 they were capped, so I take the cap off and then I could put my rods in there. On this one it may have had caps, you know, on these holes whenever it first came from the factory or whatever, but those are lost eons ago. It's a really old truck. Still, they make good rod holders, and you saw I caught a catfish with it. And like I said earlier, you know, this is the original truck that I originally did this with. I'm quite sure there's others who've done similar things, so I'm not going to be saying I'm the first, but for me, for my channel, this was the first truck that I did this with, and I caught catfish with it. Maybe I'll put an iCard above so you can go watch that video from years ago. In fact, I got multiple videos. I might have to actually make a playlist someday for it. If I do a playlist, which actually that might be a good idea, since it's raining, I won't have anything to do other than I'm actually getting tires for this truck. These tires are, I'm not going to talk about them. They got problems, so I'm going to get some tires for the truck. But outside of that, maybe I'll do a playlist of truck bed rod holder videos, so you can go see all my videos of this truck and the F-150. I'm definitely happy now that I don't have to publish a skunked video. I think it's going to be nighttime and get dark before the rain gets here. The clouds have come in. The sun is pretty much setting and the rain keeps dissipating. However, that one big cell is still kind of heading this way. Everything's coming from the south, which is making the clouds look, when the clouds or when the weather comes from the south, from like the Gulf of America, it really, you can see like the tropicalness in the clouds. I don't know how to explain that, but they look really cool. They look different than what, I normally see. And usually it's like when a hurricane comes up from the Gulf that I see clouds like this. But this is not a hurricane. This is just weather being pushed pretty quickly from the south up here. And it gets filtered into our little valley, or our big valley, or whatever you want to call it. And looks like the rain is just kind of dissipating. It's pushing that, the storm, the major storm. Like, it was a really, really, really major hailstorm, and it looks like it broke up to little bitty individuals. And one of those little bitty individual storms is actually going to hit here. I guess there's like pressure or something pushing it back and slowing it down, because I expected it to hit before it got dark. And now it's dark. And I do have my light, but I didn't really plan on staying here after dark because the rain's heading this way. And I think I will actually call it before I get wet. I think that'd be a good idea. It is going to hit here eventually, that storm. In fact, I want to look at it again, just maybe even show you guys where it's at. I'm just surprised I'm not getting soaked right now, because it's been a pretty rainy day today. In fact, technically, it says I'm getting rained on right now. That shows how good the weather guys are. And I mean, that's the actual satellite. That being said, it's time to reel these up and head home. I caught a fish on chicken, and I'm going to try to keep this chicken and see if I can fish tomorrow. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. I might fish either in the rain or try to catch it when there's a break. I will say this, that you can get sick handling chicken, so just be very, very careful. This chicken hasn't actually had water on it. I've kept it on top of everything, and there's no water, no ice. I've got it wrapped up, so whenever I opened it up, I wrapped it back up and made sure it was on top of everything. Even with that type of precaution, you still got to be careful. I know my, Joe with Catfishing loves using chicken, and I've fished with him using chicken. We even caught a 50-pounder on chicken one time. We didn't even have a net. We had 12-pound line. We fought the thing for probably 30 to 40 minutes. We had to bum a net from another boat. So chicken, especially in May, this time of year, is usually a good bait. And with my trip, it caught several catfish. I don't know. I think our trophy fish was on a white bass head, but it may have been chicken. I'm not 100% sure. I think it was most likely a white bass head, but there was a chance that it was chicken, because I throw all kinds of baits out and then I forget what bait is on what rod. I'd say a lot of us do that. Anyway, as always, I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to actually watch this video. I really, really appreciate it. And catching a channel catfish, which is kind of what I wanted to catch, it's icing on the cake for this video. And definitely leave a comment below if you have any questions about any of my gear or what I'm doing here. I will try my best to answer them in the comments below. And just, let me know, have you caught anything over 50 pounds with just chicken? I'd like to know. Thanks again for watching. I hope to see you next time.